It's absolutely a phenomenal formula that I created to really get ahead of the markets in these times that have been very, very difficult. As I said, coming through difficult market times over the last several years, we ended up creating the Abacus Formula utilizing senior life settlements. And in the example of the National Veterans Museum, what we're able to do is we're able to take a dollar from a potential client or investor within the National Veterans Museum. We're able to purchase $2 of senior life settlements for that client's benefit per se and their future growth. These are items, when we look at the life settlement market being a low risk market, there's risk inherently in everything that we do in life. However, when we get a little further into the market overview, I'm going to show you a slide that's really going to depict a lot more of what the risk structures are within the life settlements market, why it makes a stabilized hedge mechanism. There are so many benefits to a low risk, high yield investment that most people quite frankly can't find or can't achieve without taking a high risk position. We believe that we've eliminated that with the Abacus formula. We have created an entry strategy, an exit strategy, ROI, and a 200% hedge mechanism against the initial investment. There is no better financial or funding structure out there. So now let's take a look at some information on the life settlements market and how the market was designed and how it works. So as we look at the life settlement market, let's take a look at some different items here, such as financial transparency, what is involved in a life insurance policy sale, where there's more in cash value and less than the face value per se in the sales cycle itself. First thing I want to mention is financial transparency. There's been a lot of negativity regarding senior life settlements. They're mistaken as viaticals, where somebody's buying somebody who's about to die's policy. There have been a lot of activities with STOLI, which is stranger-owned life insurance, which is the basic premise of sitting next to somebody who's 80 years old at a blackjack table in Las Vegas and saying, let me put a $5 million policy on you, I'll give you $500,000. That's also definitely unethical and illegal now. The value of a life settlement being sold into market really is the value to that person who's been carrying that policy. They get more than what the cash value is out of that policy, leaving the death benefit in place and getting a sum of dollars today that's less than face value that they can use today while they're living versus a death benefit when they're dead. The reasons that this happens in the market are very simply, I can no longer afford to make that $15,000 or $20,000 a year premium payment. If I don't make it, the insurance carrier is going to cancel the policy. In the last 20 years I've paid into it, the money is all gone. When we take a look at these items, the very first thing we want to look at is full transparency. We are going to go through and we're going to look at dozens, if not hundreds, of different policies, how they were originated, how they came into market. We're going to make sure that there was a beneficial interest to that person of true ownership in the policy versus a STOLI policy, and there's a lot of other legal work that goes into it. When it comes to the National Veterans Museum, clearly all items that need to be looked upon are the integrity of the program, the integrity of what you may be looking at, the integrity of the entry, the exit, and the ROI. So when it comes to policy selection for National Veterans Museum, members like Joe Contafio on the board will be involved in that, in the legal cycle, the administrative cycle, all of the other items that go along with it to create a truly transparent, unique structure that gives you everything you want in an investment vehicle. And again, takes transparency, due diligence, and elimination of risk. So now when we look at the National Veterans Museum as a whole, and how does the actual formula of Abacus work with NVM? The very first thing that's going to happen is, let's say that you're a client who's got, maybe it's $1 million that you've got an investable dollar somewhere. The first thing that's going to happen is we're going to establish an attorney escrow, in which case you're ready to go ahead and move the money into an attorney escrow at some point. We're then going to identify $2 million worth of senior life settlements to be purchased, and we're going to create a special purpose vehicle, which is bankruptcy remote. What that means is that it operates on its own as an entity, and it is the only business it conducts is holding those life settlement policies in the SPV. The benefit that you're going to have there is that none of your funds get dispersed until after you give authorization, meaning that they're always in a safe haven with the attorney until you authorize. So let's say that we identify $2 million worth of senior life settlements. The SPV has been created, and we determine that we're going to spend $350,000 or 35% of that for the $2 million in senior life settlements and maintenance, the other items that go along with carrying the annual premiums. Once those life settlements have been identified and you're comfortable with the $2 million in life settlements that have been chose, you're going to give the attorney a release of escrow, in which case the attorney is going to put the $2 million in life settlements, have them paid for, put into your SPV, and the remaining $650,000 is going to go over to the National Veterans Museum. Now, the benefits that go along with this are significant, as you are now hedged against any risk of loss. And what I mean by that is, let's say that the National Veterans Museum starts to take off, but something goes wrong and it fails. And the founders of the NVM end up filing bankruptcy on the National Veterans Museum. Even in that case, you still have your SPV with the $2 million in life settlements in it. At some point in the future, date uncertain, but certainly a time will come, where those policies will have a mortality event, and not only will you recover the $1 million you originally had, you're going to actually leave and close your SPV out with $2 million. So the National Veterans Museum is the cause of the investment, not the key critical part of the investment. This is where the Abacus Formula becomes a truly big win-win for every party that's involved. It's absolutely an incredible formula for you. Your money is safe, it's protected, it's guaranteed with the life settlements up to 200, not guaranteed, but your SPV has $2 million in life settlements in it, of which you're going to recover at some point in the future. These are the benefits that we've created for the National Veterans Museum to take fear of loss out and put hope for gain back into your investment strategies and investment structures. So these are the items that we look at as being key critical for you for the success of NVM and your own success as well. Absolutely an incredible